Welcome to Talking Technology with VI Labs. At VI Labs, we believe technology is the single greatest enabler for people with sight loss and all disabilities. If you're looking for the latest news and conversation on tech from a more accessible perspective, you've come to the right place.
Hello and welcome in to Talking Technology Extra. This is our first ever extra podcast to be published on a Saturday. Yes, we are publishing on a Saturday. This is new. But hope you're keeping well. Welcome in. Hope all is going well for you. This will be a shorter episode compared to our normal podcast. So today we are focusing on one specific topic and one topic alone. And that is the Glide Demo Day that is taking place today at the Wayfinding Centre in Dublin. So I don't know if you've heard about Glide before. We've touched on it only a little bit on the podcast, not that much really. But Glide is a new mobility aid, or is aiming to be a new mobility aid to assist those of us who are blind or vision impaired. I guess traditionally there's always been, two options when it's come to mobility for those of us with sight loss. You've had the cane or you have the guide dog. And people have their preferences on either of those. But the aim with Glide is to introduce a third, more, I suppose, tech-focused solution that has the advantages of being a physical device like a cane, but also has some of the guiding capabilities that you might have with you're working with a guide dog, if you're working with a guide dog. So I guess the Glide device, it's got wheels and it's got a handle, and it moves along in front of you. And it can self-steer and it can do all sorts of stuff like that. But we'll get the team at Glidance to tell us a little bit more about that in just a bit as well. So do stick with us for that. But speaking of the Glidance team, it is definitely a team with some serious assistive technology credibility. The CEO of Glidance, the company behind Glide, is Amos Miller. And Amos Miller is the person who was originally behind the Soundscape app when it was at Microsoft. So Soundscape was Amos's project, and he worked on that until it was handed off to others. Vision Ireland picked up on it. There's been other iterations as well. There's been Voice Vista, and the Scottish Tech Army have done an equivalent as well. So there's a few solutions. But back when Soundscape was at Microsoft, Amos was working on the product. And now that he has left Microsoft, his new project is Glidance, or Glide. The new mobility aid that aims to bring a third mobility solution to the world for those of us who are blind or visually impaired. So today is the first day that Glide is going to be demoed publicly in Ireland, which is really exciting. So we're expecting a few people to come across the day, which will be really good. People will get to try out the Glide, see what they think of it, how they find it. And hopefully Amos and his team will be able to give us a look at the Glide device and let us try it out. I've actually tried it out a little bit before in the UK. This was back in September of last year. I got to try the device in London, but it's had some serious iterations since then. And while the device was meant to launch originally in September of this year, that has now been pushed out until next year. So they're making some hardware revisions to the device, and also they haven't been immune to the world we live in. So they've been impacted by tariffs and stuff like that as well. So they're taking their time to get the Glide device right. And they've received a lot of positive press for that and so on as well, which is good. So I suppose, look, I've done enough talking. Let's get down to business, shall we? I'm in Cork currently, but in order to get to the Wayfinding Centre, hey, I need to get on a train. So let's jump on a train, shall we? And through the magic of time travel and a little bit of audio editing, I am now on a train. I don't know how I can convince you that I am on a train other than to tell you, well, that, I'm on a train. But I'm on the train to Dublin. And we will be trying out the Glide device when we get there, which is really exciting. Now, if only there was some other way that I could tell you through the wonderful means of audio, because this is a podcast after all, that I am on the train. But I don't know how exactly I can do that. I mean, it's not as if there is like this, faceless guy that's going to tell you, through speech or anything that you're on the train, is there?
Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Aaron welcomes you on board. This is the
so early that I'm not going to lie that I think I'd rather be in bed, to be honest.
Train from Cork to Dublin, Houston, serving Mallow, Charleville, Limerick Junction, Templemore, and Dublin, Houston. Your attention is drawn to the safety and evacuation notices. Thank you for your attention and have a pleasant and comfortable journey.
I do wonder if he gets tired saying that over and over and over again. But he's doing a good job, so fair play to him. So we are here at the Wayfinding Centre, and I am delighted to be joined for the first time on Talking Technology by Amos and Luke from Glidance. Folks, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Amos, I suppose I'll start with yourself. There are going to be a lot of people who listen to this and they may not have heard of Glide before. So, what, I guess, on a high level is Glide, first of all?
Okay, so first of all, hi David, and I'm Amos. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the company. I'm, just for everybody's awareness, I'm blind myself. Been in technology for many years, spent many years at Microsoft. Started to work on assistive navigation technologies during my time at Microsoft. Some folks might be familiar with my work on Soundscape. And Glide is work I started in recent years to really ask the question, how would we think about a new kind of mobility aid, a primary mobility aid that takes advantage of all the amazing advancements in AI and robotics and technology that are coming around. And so I set up Glidance. Glidance is the name of the company. I set up Glidance about 2.5 years ago to really go into this space, and we developed Glide. Glide is a new primary mobility aid. It has two wheels on the ground, a long handle. The user holds the handle and you just begin to walk. And what happens then is the Glide's wheels begin to autonomously steer the way. So as you walk, the wheels will autonomously, gently steer you to the left, a little bit to the right, guide you around an obstacle rather than to the obstacle, help you maintain a line on a sidewalk or in a corridor, in a building, help you locate targets in the environment, and really be a mobility aid that is intelligent, that is aware of the surroundings, but actually physically guides you.
Awesome stuff. So I suppose the logical question then is we're doing demo days today, Saturday, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a bit. But where is the Glide device at currently? And you've been doing these demo days before, so what has the initial kind of feedback from people been like?
Yeah, so Glide is still very much in development as a product. We've been in development for, like I said, about a year and a half or so. And we have been demonstrating and taking feedback from the community about Glide pretty much at the outset, from the beginning. Even when it was a very, very simple prototype, initially completely on a remote control. And then we started to add autonomous driving or steering capabilities. I think, David, when you tried it last about 6 months ago at the demo that you've experienced, initially you were guided with a remote control, so you get a feel for the devices, how it works, how to follow it, how to feel the turns, how to feel the brakes, and so on. and then we switched you over to autonomous, which was early days autonomy, avoiding obstacles, but not necessarily maintaining a line and full control of your orientation. And that's kind of the feedback that we got from people. People really, really enjoyed how Glide guides you. They gave a lot of feedback on the physical aspects of the device, the way that it's steering, the handle, the weight, all kinds of aspects of that nature, but really enjoyed the steering. They wanted to see it more autonomous, and I think what we're experiencing now and what people have started to enjoy over the last month or so with the latest software updates and everything is really a much smoother line when people walk down. The Glide doesn't zigzag so much. It's more I use the term purposeful.
Sure.
Well, you can describe it yourself, David, with your own terms. We're really starting to test it in us actually in the wild, as we say, with people, not only in buildings, but in train stations and in other places. Luke and you can talk about that in a moment. And so really starting to iterate on that, what we call freestyle navigation, that where Glide helps you maintain a line, take turns, avoid obstacles, and also target line of sight targets in your environment.
Super. Yeah, it was fascinating. As you said, I got to try the Glide device back in September of last year, and how far it's come since then has been really cool to see. We did a demo today before recording where I was walking through a simulated crowd. We had a crowd of staff from Vision Ireland and guide dogs, and walking through that crowd, the Glide device was able to it was able to manage like really well. I was able to navigate it quite comfortably, and it felt even much more natural, which was really, really nice, you know?
Yeah, we enjoyed throwing you into that lion's den and see what happens. That was fun.
Absolutely. So, Luke, I want to turn to yourself as well. So for those who are coming to the demo day today, or maybe they're going to a demo day in the future, if they're listening somewhere outside of Ireland, what can they expect? What happens at the demo days, and what are the benefits of these demo days for the Glidance team?
Yeah, no, thank you so much. For everyone on the call, my name is Luke Buckberrough. I'm one of the co-founders and head of growth here. Demo days are really centered around, in many ways community, in many ways testing, but really more importantly, they're centered around this theory and notion that companies often wait till products are done to really get feedback. They have this slight hypothesis, they build something towards it, they give it out, and all of a sudden you have all these things that you want to change. We want to change that idea. And we literally come to demo days, and everyone coming today be expected to feel certain components of the system have duct tape on them and wires sticking out, because it's still very much, as Amos famously loves to say, a work in progress. And why we're doing that is, of course, very technical. We want to get your feedback around the handle and the weight and the experience and the whole idea of Glide. But in many ways also, it's about really bringing the community together in this inevitable future that Amos paints so clearly, that in 5 to 6 to 7 years, city streets will not only have people who are blind or have low vision using canes and guide dogs, they'll have forms of intelligent guides, and I like to call them personal robots. And it's really about bringing the community, and not only the members of the community themselves, but the O&Ms and the organizations and the loved ones and every aspect of this ecosystem on the journey with us to shape that future together and really make it feel like you're not only a customer, because in many ways tomorrow you're not a customer because we're not selling Glide yet. You're not coming to try something and take it home or make a buying decision right after. You're really coming here to make a decision on whether you want to be on the journey of becoming a glider and being part of this future with us. This is an exciting future that has a lot of questions, a lot of answers, a lot of unknowns, exciting things, scary things, concerns, and it's about bringing everyone in a room together to understand all of that. So I hope you come with an open mind to testing out a product and a prototype. I hope you come with questions. I hope you come with everything you want to know about what this future and what this device we call Glide means. And in many ways, we hope to walk away with just the start of a really powerful conversation that will never end, which is how do we make Glide and how do we make independent mobility for people who are blind or have low vision a more empowering, confident, and independent experience. We're going to have a number of little demo experiences to test from. We're going to walk you through a pretty crazy maze of obstacles, garbage bins, pedestrian obstacles, lampposts, etc. We're also going to have some fun testing Glide out on what it feels like to go up a curb and go down a curb. And really more importantly, we're just going to get your feedback on the device, bring it home to our product team, who I know is listening onto this right now, and tell them, hey guys, we're not exactly there yet, but we're one step closer than we were before.
Awesome stuff. So, it's great that you've really been testing in public, very publicly, and you've been doing that for quite a while. And I think one of the things that has got a lot of praise, but something that also got a lot of praise in some respects, is you made the decision only recently to delay the launch of Glide very slightly. You're pushing that out to next year. So for those who maybe do know a little bit more about Glide, do you want to just explain why that decision was made and what are the advantages now of waiting until next year for Glide?
Yeah, absolutely. I can address that, David. I am committed, and the whole team is committed to work with the community, and B, get to the point that we do reach an amazing technology platform and a device and an experience that sets us up to evolve into that future where intelligent guides, personal robots are part and parcel of that future. And we felt there's two main drivers. We got a lot of feedback, and it's not only about feedback, but we also see what's going on when people use the device and how they use the device and so on. And we really felt that we needed to do some work and redesign the structural frame of the device to make it designed more like a rugged scooter than a consumer electronics device, which may mean some more to some than others of the listeners, but it looks the same, but structurally, internally, it's very different, and that's really to make sure that when you use this device and we use it outdoors, you can it's going to withstand the realities of a mobility aid.
Yeah.
And I think we all know what happens to our mobility aids when they're out there. People step on them, people trip over them, they fall, all kinds of things. We want to make robust structural design, and that took a few more months, and we felt it was really important. The turmoil that then happened in parallel was just the icing on the cake with the tariffs and the impact on supply chain. And we really want to make sure that as we begin manufacturing, we are on a path that we can assure supply and assure the provision of components and assure also the pricing that we feel is so critical for this device when people start to make purchase decisions and get it and start using it. So but really the combination of those two reasons, we felt that it's the wise thing right now is to take the time, make good decisions on supply and manufacturing, and also take the time to design the device in the right way.
Super stuff. I am conscious for those listening that not everybody is obviously going to have the opportunity to ask questions in the same way that you would at the demo day if you were here in person. But what I would say to people is if people do want to send us questions, you can send us questions and we can pass those on to the Glidance team as well. So if people want to email, you can send us an email to content@vi.ie. That's our email if you'd like to do it the good old-fashioned way, or if you would like, you can send us a WhatsApp voice note. The number you need for Talking Technology, it's 086 199 0011. That's 086 199 0011. And on that note, before we wrap up, Amos, if I can, I'm going to ask you a few just very quick fire questions about stuff that we've kind of heard coming up from around Glide time and time again. So these are questions I'm sure you've answered 100 times, but I'll start off with one is how will Glide respond in rain or in puddles?
So Glide is designed to be water resistant. So it is designed to be used outdoors in the rain and in the weather and everything. So there's something called IP65, which is the rating that a device has to meet in order to qualify. And so you can drive Glide through puddles, drive it in the rain, and you'll be fine. I would not suggest that you submerge it. It's not designed for swimming.
Okay, fair enough.
And then, so it's designed for use in those environments.
Brilliant stuff. Will Glide require the internet to be used if someone's out and about? What will Glide be able to do without the internet?
So the core navigation capabilities for line maintenance, obstacle avoidance, detecting targets, and so forth, that's all on device. Does not require the internet for ongoing use. So you really can rely on Glide working regardless of connectivity. It does connect to the internet to upload data, to upload updated software, download new AI models overnight and so forth. So that's something that happens offline. And over time, we will also be bringing in other services that you can use with Glide. There's not necessarily on day one, but the use of GPT and LLMs for scene understanding, integration with maps and with other apps and other services, all of those will require connectivity. But it's critical for me that the main use of Glide as a mobility aid does not depend on connectivity.
Super stuff. One question then for yourself, Luke, as well, and I will come back to you with a final question then, Amos, to wrap up. Where can people find out more about Glide if they would like to?
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Really at the core, we want you to reach out via our email, gliders, GLIDERS @glidance.io. You can find ways to contact us through our website, glidance.io. You can join our kind of glider community. And essentially what that provides you with is a monthly newsletter which updates our product progress, milestones, new demo days that we'll be reaching. You'll be getting updates, informations around timelines, other things that happen within the community. And that's really your central source to stay in touch with us from, I'd say, arm's length. And then really, to the point that you made about reaching out to your podcast, we want you to reach out to us as well. We want you to send us a note if you have ideas, if you have concerns, or if you really just want to have a one-on-one with one of the team members. Go to the website, glidance.io, send us an email, gliders@glidance.io, and we hope to be able to shake your hand in person at various demo days across the next few months and years to come.
Awesome stuff. And Amos, the final question to yourself. If you look at the world of inclusion, accessibility, mobility for those of us who have vision impairments or blindness in that kind of 5, 6, 7 years, where do you see Glide then?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, I honestly believe that future, that it's not all that far out, that we will see, just like Luke said earlier, many more blind people out and about. And I mean many more people. Like, I think a lot of people today don't have either the confidence or the ability or the motivation sometimes to actually go out and be out and about and engaged. And I believe that these devices, Glide and the intelligent guide, will enable people to not have to go through that hesitation, and may just make it much easier to get out and get out and about. These devices are going to be very powerful. They are powerful already today. I think the advancements in AI, and especially AI at the edge, and integration with other services that we're starting to see now with agentic AI, that where these devices can actually start to orchestrate things, like you can connect to Uber, and you connect to the integration and the kind of moving away from the screen and to more of an in the moment in the moment access to information, to services, but that actually has a physical response. We talked a bit earlier on about, I'm looking for an Uber, but where is that Uber? If you could just say, or let's say a Waymo vehicle, right? Like an autonomous vehicle, if you could just say, hey Glide, I'm going to such and such a place, and I'd like to get a Waymo there, and that Waymo gets ordered, and Glide guides you to the Waymo when it comes in, right? I mean, I think that vision is literally around the corner.
That's really exciting when you think about it. I see even benefits for that myself. It's really exciting times ahead. But for now, Amos, Luke, thank you so much. Very best of luck with both the demo day and the future of Glide. And you'll have to come back to us on Talking Technology and come back to Ireland sometime.
Can't wait. Thank you so much, David.
David, thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
And there you have it. That is our first look at the Glide device from Glidance. Hope you enjoyed this little Talking Technology Extra podcast. If you did, please do be sure to follow, subscribe. You can do so on YouTube or on any of the podcast apps that you like. We'd also love if you gave us a rating, preferably 5 stars, if you don't mind. We would also love if you did that as well, and share the podcast with your friends. We'd absolutely love to grow Talking Technology and maybe do more of these as time goes on. So thank you so much for listening for now. We will be back on Tuesday for more coverage of WWDC. So really looking forward to that. But for now, though, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you soon for another episode of Talking Technology with VI Labs. See you then.
Thanks for listening to the Talking Technology podcast with VI Labs. If you'd like to support our show, please visit vi.ie/donate. Talking Technology is proudly sponsored by IA Labs, the market leader in digital accessibility services. IA Labs, digital inclusion, your legal obligation.